Hi guys, welcome back to Thornton Hundred Motorcycles YouTube channel and our very first instructional video on how to fit some of our Thornton Hundred parts. I'm here with one of our ambassadors, Courtney. Thank you so much for coming down, Courtney.
Thank you for having me.
So today we are going to be fitting the seat mount, a side mount number plate and also one of our chain guards too, and Courtney is going to run us through the process of exactly how to do that. So let's get stuck in.
Sweet, sounds good. Okay, so we're going to be fitting the seat mount. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lift the tank up, get that out of the way. So we're going to start by taking off these two bolts at the back here. We're going to disconnect everything under the tank. So we're going to just start first off with this breather and it just pulls off. Okay, so now we're going to disconnect the fuel line and the plug. So if you've got a second pair of hands, I'm going to use Jody.
Okay, so what I need you to do, Courtney, is just hold up the back of the tank for me like that. I'm going to get my hands and squeeze them right up here, and there's two white plugs up here and they're kind of self-explanatory how they disconnect. And then what you need to do is get the fuel line, pull the locking collar out, squeeze both sides and pull up. Hopefully not get too much fuel everywhere. Right, what we'll do now is we'll just grab the tank, slide it backwards and then up.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to remove the seat. So we've got the 3 bolts, one underneath this cap here. So if you take these off, and then that will lift up. Okay, so we're going to take the seat mount off, which is just these two nuts here at the bottom. Okay, so then we've got our Thornton 100 seat mount, and we're going to do the exact same thing, but in reverse. Okay, so now we're going to put the seat back on using the new bolt, which is provided. Okay, so this is going to stick. Next thing we need to do is plug it in, so we're going to take the battery out. Okay, so the terminal's disconnected, so now we're just going to pull the battery out. Just lift that out at the bottom. Okay, so there's only 2 plugs you need to worry about. This big one here, the 8-way, and then the one at the back, the smaller one, which is the 2-way. So the best way to disconnect the 8-way is to push a nail onto the tank and pull. Okay, so we're going to route the cable next. It's quite hard to see, so we'll show you a picture so you can see exactly where I'm putting it. Okay, so now it's routed, we're just going to plug the 8-way back in. So if you're just fitting the seat mount, then you can put your battery back in and you can put the tank back on and just basically follow all of these steps but in reverse. However, we're going to fit the side mount, so we're going to take the mud guard off and the back wheel off as well. But I'm going to start by taking the axle nut off, and then Jodie's going to help me by showing me what other nuts we need to take off.
Yeah, so we need to take off a fair few bolts for the mud guards, guys. So there's a 2 at the back, so it's this one, this bolt, the front chain guard bolt. There's a 5mm at the front by the shock here at the top. There's 2 T50 Torxes underneath in front of the wheel, and there's another T30 on the left-hand side of the bike here.
So while we've got the back wheel off, we're going to just quickly pop this new chain guard on as well while we're here. So it just literally slides on there, and then we're just going to thread this on. Okay guys, so this is the Thornton 100 side mount kit. This is everything you're going to get. We're going to put the axle block on the back using the 2 bolts, and then don't forget to use the Loctite. Okay, so next up is the cable mount at the back. I'm just going to pick this up here and go on. Okay, so we're going to mount the connector bracket. What we're going to do is we're going to disconnect it first. So if you just twist and pull, that will come off. I'd recommend doing this in a clean space if you can, just because if you're clumsy like me, you're going to drop these. So this is all done now, so we just put some double-sided tape on it and now we're gonna fit it up. Okay, so we're gonna route the cable next and plug it in and then stick the connector to the swing arm, like so. Okay, now that's all done, I'm gonna get Jodie to give me a hand. I'm gonna put the back wheel back on. Okay, last thing to do now is we're gonna route this over the axle and then we're gonna plug it in. Okay, so we're all done. That was nice and easy. Jodie, it looks sick.
It looks so good, doesn't it? These parts make such a difference and it's literally so easy to do, like you say, we've been here like an hour.
Yep.
So easy, love that. So guys, all of the Torx specifications for the bolts are going to be in the description below, along with a full tool list as well that you'll need to put these on your bike yourself. If not, a local bike shop should be able to do this pretty quickly within around an hour's time. And for not a lot of time, they make such a difference on the bike, don't they? It makes such a difference, looks great. The link to all of these parts can be found on our web shop, which is in the description below. So thank you so much, Courtney, for coming down and giving me a hand.
Thank you for having me.
Love that. So thank you so much, guys, for watching as well, and we'll catch you next time.